Hello everyone, welcome to Wrath of Math Lessons. I'm your host Sean E, and in today's video we are going over like terms, answering the question, what are like terms? So when you're asked to say simplify a polynomial, they say add the like terms. What are like terms? Well, let's look at a classic case and say we're doing some binomial multiplication. Let's say we've got x plus 7, one of my favorite numbers, 7, multiplied by x plus 7. Now, of course, we can multiply this out by just distributing this binomial through this one, or if you struggle with that and make mistakes oftentimes, think of the FOIL method, which is multiplying first, outsides, insides, last. Not going to dwell on that too much because that's another topic. But so we do this multiplication out. We have x times x, which is x squared, plus x times 7, which is 7x, plus 7 times x, which is 7x, plus 7 times 7, which is 49. But we wouldn't want to leave it like this because we can add like terms. Of course, we can add 7x and 7x and simplify this to get x squared plus 14x plus 49. So what makes these like terms? Well, they're both being multiplied. Besides the fact that they're the exact same thing, that makes it, they're definitely very like terms. But a more generic definition, like terms are terms that have the same variable coefficient. So a term can be a numeral, like 49, or it could be a variable, like x squared, and in this case, we also have a numeral here, in a way, which is just 1 in front of the x squared. So we basically have numerals, and we have products of numerals with variables. So you could call this the variable coefficient. X squared is the variable coefficient here, and 1 is the numeral coefficient. And they are two terms are like terms if they have the same variable coefficient. So you would not add 3x to 4xy, right? You would have to leave it like that. This is in its most simplified form because this variable coefficient x is not equal to this variable coefficient of xy. But if you had something like 4x squared y plus 2x squared y, then you could simplify this to 6x squared y, because 4 and 2 have the same exact variable coefficient. That's x squared y. Doesn't matter how long or big the variable coefficient is, as long as it's the same. And of course, with numbers, let's say you had 3 and 4, these are like terms. They have the same variable coefficient, which you could think of as being no variable coefficient, or you could think of it of being any variable coefficient you want, but all to the 0th power. So for example, if we had 3x to the 0 plus 4y to the 0, these effectively have the same variable coefficient because these numbers just turn to 1. So again, it's really no variable coefficient. So you can add those to get 7. So that's what like terms are. Like terms are terms that have the same variable coefficient, whether it's x and x, or x squared and x squared if you were to add these two terms on the same side. X and xy are not like terms, so you can't simplify this any further. But of course, x squared y, that's the same. As long as you've got the same variable coefficient, those are like terms, and you can add them or subtract them. And of course, you can multiply anything, whether it's like terms or not. So thank you very much for watching. I hope this video helped you understand what like terms are and how to identify them when you are trying to simplify a polynomial. Let me know down in the comments if you have any questions or need anything clarified or have any other video requests.
I can hear your voice from all the way up here, dear. Won't you please come to me? You love it up here, dear. There's a light where I float that erases all black. It makes everything